Hello everyone, it is week 9A of our 2025 CSA season. I am Stephanie, your CSA coach, and this is my niece Sawyer who's with us for the week, so she's going to help do our live unboxing this week. One quick announcement, the farm birthday party is this Saturday. If you have not RSVP'd already, refer to the email that went out yesterday with all of the details and a link to RSVP. And do that, obviously, the sooner the better, so our farmers and our food truck vendors know how many people to expect. Hold on. And that is this Saturday. The only other announcement is that we still have, the next few weeks we'll have pick your own flowers, so make sure you're bringing shears to do the picking and a container, non-glass, that you can put the flowers in the flower fields. Okay, jumping right into this week's share, we have fresh garlic. Fresh garlic gets stored in the fridge. It is uncured. If you want to cure it, you can leave it out on the counter, but I like to put it in the fridge and use it fresh. The cloves get used just like you would regular garlic, and then you can actually use the membranes to create like a paste. So you can use those to flavor stuff as well. So that's fresh garlic. We have cucumbers. Cucumbers get stored in the fridge in your crisper drawer. Great as just a simple snack. You can slice them and use them as a vessel for like tuna salad, egg salad. You can use them in dips. So they're great with like a hummus dip or in your salads. And we've been getting cucumbers for the past few weeks. So our cucumbers, you can make a cucumber salad. And then there's also been a few posts on making pickles. So our cucumbers can be used for pickle making as well. We also have tomatoes, the first of our tomatoes. You're gonna try it. Tomatoes get stored on the counter generally. They're best stored at room temperature. Is it good? They can be sliced. These tomatoes, great sliced, great on sandwiches. They can be sliced up and then used for like a roasted tomato sauce. There's a lot of produce this week that can be used for a roasted sheet pan meal. So you can just do a simple protein as a side, and then like our tomatoes, our eggplant, our squash, even our carrots and our onions and our potatoes, you can do a big sheet pan vegetable as a side. So refer to our PDFs that are on the hub for instructions on how to do like easy sheet pan meals or easy sheet pan vegetables. That's like those simple PDFs are great. So those are our tomatoes. You can eat them raw or you can roast them. You can also grill them. They're great in salads. We have eggplant. Our eggplant is stored generally in the fridge. You want to wrap it in like a paper towel or a cloth to keep it dry. It doesn't like to be moist. Keep it dry. Generally, we like to roast these. They're also amazing grilled, and they're also, are you going to eat everything? They're also great, like if you slice it, bread it, bake it or air fry it, and then freeze it, it makes a great eggplant parm. So that's what I like to do, and then freeze it, and then when I get a big batch, make eggplant parm. We have summer squash. Summer squash gets stored in the fridge in our crisper drawer. Again, great for roasted vegetables, a roasted sheet pan meal. You can eat them raw. There's a bunch of recipes on the website that include squash. You can grill them. So we did a big grill. We sliced them thickly and then use them. What, you want this? How about this? How about you hold that? You hold that? Slice them thick, drizzle them with oil, and then put them on the, honey, I don't know what you want. These? Wanna hold them? sorry. Great on a sheet pan, great also pickled. There's a recipe for pickled summer squash. There's a summer squash rollatini, I believe I called it. That's a fantastic recipe. So you could try that as well. All right, getting a little distracted here, I apologize. We have romaine lettuce. Romaine lettuce gets stored in the fridge in a Debbie Meyer green bag. In a Debbie Meyer green bag, great for salads, obviously, but also great as a vessel to hold like your tacos, as a taco vessel, or for your burgers. And you can use them. They're hearty enough that you can actually use that instead of a bun. But I've been into chopped salads lately, so this is delicious, just chopped up and used as the base for a chopped salad. But stored in the fridge in a Debbie Meyer green bag. We have basil. Basil is stored on the counter. It likes to be at room temperature. So take this head of basil or a bunch of basil and put it right into a glass of water and leave it right on your counter. Basil is great in pestos, it's great in salad dressings, it's great in marinades. I still have some from last week, so I'm probably gonna do a pesto. And you can do your pestos and freeze them in ice cube containers and then pull those out. So then it's individual servings of your pesto. Also pretty sure that there's a few like oil-based dips with fresh herbs, basil being one of them, on the website as a recipe from, I think I did that last year. So take a look at that. We have sweet onions. The entire sweet onion is usable, so stored in a Debbie Meyer green bag. The bottom bulb you can chop up and use just like you would an onion. Just use it like an onion. It's going to be sweeter versus as like a spicy, like our other onions. Pretty sure onions will be featured in this week's recipe, so stay tuned for that on Thursday. The tops, they can also be used, so don't throw those away. If you don't need them and don't want to use them, then chop them, rinse them off, clean them up, and throw them in your freezer bag. What do you want, honey? This? Throw them in your freezer bag and put them for your veggie storage, your veggie broth. Honey, I don't know what you want. What? How about this? How about that container? We have to finish, buddy. The tops can be used just like you would a scallion. So clean them, chop them up, put them on top of salad, use them in a lot of your marinades and sauces. So that's our sweet onions. 2 more items. We have more new potatoes. So new potatoes get stored in the fridge. Typically they're not cured. What do you want? Here, hold this. How about this? How about this? Thank you. So our new potatoes, store them in the fridge. They're not cured yet. They are great just roasted. They're great grilled. They are fantastic made into salad, so you can boil them, make them into a great herb potato salad. Pretty sure they will also be featured in this week's recipe. I've got a couple recipe ideas that I'm playing around with, so new potatoes are one of them. What else do we use them for? Typically we just chop them up and I do a roasted potato side. It's just the easiest way for us to use them, but we do also use them for breakfast. There is a potato crusted quiche on the website. I remember doing that. And there's a lot of, like, our zucchini or summer squash would work really well in a quiche, so keep that in mind also. Last but not least, we have the pleasure of getting carrots, farm carrots. So very first thing that you want to do is chop off the tops, store the bottoms in either a Ziploc bag or a Debbie Meyer green bag in the fridge. And then the same thing with the tops, just we want to store them separately. So take them and put them in a Debbie Meyer green bag, but they can be used as well. You can chop them up and use them in salads. You can also, there's a great recipe on the website, I believe, for carrot top chimichurri, which is fantastic. So don't throw those away. Just make sure you wash them really well, but they can be used also. Again, if you're not going to use them, take them and put them in your veggie scrap bag in your freezer that you can use later for flavoring broth. That is it for this week. Remember, if you will be attending the birthday party on Saturday, to RSVP using the link that was sent out in yesterday's email. If you have any questions, post them on the Facebook group, and I will see you guys all again next week.